So what are the example of, hello guys, I welcome you back to our 30 days podcast training. Today is day 3. Wow. I want you to celebrate yourself. Let me celebrate you. Day 3. You know, the first day we talk about identity. Yesterday I was casting the vision, and today we are looking at something different that most churches don't tell their worker. Some people have been serving in church for a while. They've never been exposed to what I want to expose you to today. And I want you to follow me through, get your notes, and let's journey together. All right. Do you know that there are some people that have been serving in the church for the past 30 years and they've never served God for one day? All they have been doing for the past 30 years is actually performing. And there is difference between performing and service. So it is possible for you to be serving in a church as a worker, whereas you think you are serving, probably, but you are actually performing. We are not called to become a performer. If you want to perform, you can go in the world and be performing. We are not called to be performers. We are called to be a doer, to be a servant, to serve God. There is something we call religion performances. There are some people, they have been serving God for a long time. Sincerely, they think they are serving God, but whereas what they are doing, because they don't have understanding about how to serve God. What we call religious performance is when you are doing the right thing for wrong reason. You are serving God. You come to church, you clean. You come to church, you sing. You come to church, you set the engine. Come to church, you preach. What you are doing are actually good thing, but the reason behind it goes a long way. In serving God, it's not about what you do. It's about the reason behind what you do. Religious performance is when you are serving God with a wrong reason. For example, you are in church, which is the right thing, but the reason why you are in church, not because of God. You are in church because you don't want pastor to talk. You are cleaning the chair, not because you love God, but because you don't want to look bad. Some people, the only time they serve is when the pastor is around. You are serving, but the reason is because the pastor is around. And we have name for that kind of service. We call it eye service. You only serve when there are people to see you. And mind you, your service is not to man. People does not need to see your service. Your service is acknowledged and be seen by God. In Nigerian churches, some people will start arranging chairs because people are around. They have been sitting all along. They have been in church maybe 1 hour earlier or 2 hours earlier, doing nothing. Immediately people start gathering like this, they will start arranging chairs because they want people to see them. That is not service. That is actually performance. You are acting, and that is not your responsibility as a kingdom worker. That shouldn't be your habit as a kingdom builder. We also have another popular way of performing. Some people, they like to volunteer publicly, but will never commit secretly. I had a brother there in our fellowship. When they want to make donation, they will stand up and make a very big donation without giving the money. When you say you want volunteer to help us with something, the brother will raise up his hand, but he will never commit. These people like public appraisal. They want the public to see them as good. They want the public to see them as serving, but in the secret, they are something different. That shouldn't be your character as a kingdom builder. Religious performance is when you are doing the right thing for wrong reason. And kingdom doer, kingdom service is when you are doing the right thing for the right reason. In another way, we can put it like this. Religious performance is when you are doing the right thing for people to see. And kingdom builders or kingdom building is when you are doing the right thing for God to see. So what are you doing? Are you a performer or a kingdom builder? It's a rhetorical question that you need to ask yourself. And this thing is actually scriptural. You can see it in the book of Matthew chapter 6. It's where Jesus Christ taught his disciples how to pray. But in verse 1, he says something so profound, and I want you to listen to it. He said, be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them. If you do, you have no reward from your Father in heaven. Jesus Christ was telling his disciples that don't be a religious performer, don't be a religious people that likes to do good things only when people are seeing them. If the only thing that changes the standard of your service when the pastor is around, you are not doing the right thing. You are not serving. You are only managing impression. And God is the rewarder of those that diligently seek him. What is kingdom service? There are 3 indicators that you must watch out for. That is a compass to your service as a kingdom builder. The first one is you don't serve from obligation, you serve from identity. What do I mean? When you serve from identity, you serve not because they ask you to serve. You serve because that is who you are. You are God's servant. It's not limited to when you are in church. It's not limited to when you are outside. Everywhere you find yourself as a kingdom servant, you serve. I am not a pastor on the altar alone. I'm pastor at home, I'm pastor anywhere I get to. When some of my customers come to my office, the way we talk, there's some will know I am a pastor. Some may not know, but they will be suspecting because of my beard. Everywhere I go, I have the mentality and I know that my identity, I am a servant of God. I don't serve by obligation. If you are serving by obligation, you can also do evil by obligation. You don't have a standard, but my own standard is God's servant. That is first mark you must check. You must serve because it's your identity, not because you are persuaded. Anywhere you get to at home, you are a worker. In the school, you are a worker. In your fellowship, you are a worker. In the church, you are a worker. You don't serve because they ask you to serve. You are a servant, God's servant. Let's put this scripturally in the book of Colossians chapter 3 verse 23 to 24. It said, whatever you do it as work to Jesus, not as to human. Do it as work to Christ, not as to human. So it's your identity, and God is the rewarder of whom that diligently seek him. Serving God is not what you do every Sunday. It is what you do every day. It is not a role. It is an identity. Anywhere you go to, anywhere you get to, you are God's servant. You are a worker. And when we are talking about God's servant, it's not limited to man of God, though, that you are a preacher. No. Anybody that is working in the vineyard is God's servant. You are a cleaner, you are a God's servant. You are an usher, you are a God's servant. You are a choir, you are a God's servant. The second mark, you must serve as a kingdom server. You must serve in the invisible and you must serve in the visible. What do I mean? The real service happens where no one is watching. What you do when you are in your closed door. What you do before every other people get to church. What God put in your heart to do. And you do it without waiting for the pastor acknowledgement or people acknowledgement. When you know the right thing to do and you do it, that is when you are working. That is where true service lies. You do some certain things not because they ask you to do, but because it is the right thing to do. You do follow up on new visitors, not because the pastor asks you, but because you are a loving worker. As a choir, the hours of preparation when nobody is even asking for it, you are at home and you are improving yourself, doing voice training, watching YouTube video when no one is asking you, enhancing your voice, seeing service as excellence, and attending music classes when no one is watching. That is where true service lies. And if you are a worker that have this mindset that you do whatever you need to do anytime, any day, either they are watching or not, God is watching, and you shall be rewarded in the mighty name of Jesus. The Bible says in the book of Matthew chapter 25 verse 23, let me read from here. This is Christ talking here. You remember the story in the Bible? Well done, good and faithful servant. I want you to ask yourself, can Jesus Christ see you today and the kind of heart you have and say, well done, you are a faithful servant, good and faithful servant? Hope it will not be otherwise. Well done, well done. There are some certain well done they will tell you and feel like you'll be uncomfortable. It's just like my boy when he's committing some atrocity and I'm looking at the carry, well done, well done, well done. The well done is not to tell him that it's well done. The well done is opposite. Hope the well done that Christ will give you is not opposite. God does not reward performance. God rewards faithfulness. And faithfulness is what you do when no one is writing the scores. That is faithfulness. When no one is writing the score. When no one is seeing the score. But heaven is recording your scores. The last mark you must check as a kingdom builder, as a kingdom worker, this one is very important. You don't serve with the mentality of effort. You serve with the mentality of excellence. Don't serve with effort. Serve with excellence. There is difference between the two, and the difference between serving with effort and serving with excellence. When you are a kingdom builder, a kingdom worker, a God servant, you don't serve with effort. You don't just put effort, you put excellence. And what is the difference? Effort is you want to do and you put effort. Effort can be little, effort can be high. Effort is just effort. Just putting something, just putting the work. That is effort. No matter how little, effort is an effort. You don't have that mentality that you just put effort. You must have the mentality of excellence. And what is excellence? Excellence is doing your best. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be world class, but you have done your best. And the importance of this, your conscience will be clean that you have done enough. That is when you can say boldly as Christ that it is finished. Because you have done all your best. But when you are just putting effort, you can put any effort you like. You can put 2% effort. Effort is an effort. You can put 20% effort. Effort is an effort. But when you put out your best, that is excellence. So as a worker, don't put effort, be excellent. As a singer, not just put effort, make sure you do your best. Not just you come to service on Sunday and let me just put some effort. No, you sing, you do your best. You collect the microphone and you do your best. And when you do your best, it doesn't matter if they clap. It doesn't matter if it is sweet. What matters is you have done your best. And you can't come and kill yourself. But when you don't do your best and they don't clap, you will go home and be thinking, yeah, I could have done my best. Guilt will set in. And that one is so tormenting as hell. That is the third mark you must check as a worker. Excellence all the time. Choir, excellence all the time. Do your best and leave the rest for God. That is the point. Some of you take your secular work more serious and give God leftover. You can't go to an interview with a wrinkled shirt. You need to iron it. You prepare, you read. For your exam, you read in school, but when you get to the things of the Lord, you just do it casually. That is unfaithfulness. Do your best all the time for the things of God and leave the rest. Then your conscience will be clean. And when you do your best for God, God will do his best for you. When you show up for God, God will show up for you. That's the point. Or you just want God to be putting effort, not his best. You can be asking for 100 million and God's effort can just be 20k. God is putting effort too, but you say God is not faithful. We are created in the image of God. God is faithful and we must be faithful too. The reason why you can serve God comfortably, passively, the reason why you can come to church and perform is because you don't have deep personal relationship with God. Your service to God can be an indices to indicate your relationship with God, the level of your intimacy with God, because no man will love God and take his work with levity. How you serve God will indicate your prayer life. How you serve God will indicate your holiness, righteously, your studying. You can never pray to God before coming to church and get to church and do his work anyhow. I'm talking about performance. Those people that perform in serving God are people that doesn't have deep relationship with God, because I know that you cannot genuinely love God and serve him anyhow. And the Bible established this in the book of John chapter 15 verse 5. Let me read. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me, I will remain. I in you. You will bear more fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. So you can't serve God if you don't dwell in him and if it's not in you. It's the vine, we are the branches. Our relationship with God is very important. Be more closer to God if you want to serve him. You can never give people what you don't have. When your private life with God is empty, you give people what is shallow. This is not condemnation. This is diagnosis. And diagnosis is the beginning of cure. We need to cure ourselves. The next 27 days are going to build service development and spiritual foundation for some of us. I understand that today's teaching is a bit hard. It's because I want us to do what God wants us to do. Omonti Baba Fe Lomambawi is the child that the father loves. That is correct. The reason why this chastise is very important is because you can't chastise somebody that you don't love. You can't correct somebody that you don't love. You only correct people that you see potential in them. The Bible says in the book of Romans chapter 12 verse 1, present yourself as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. Your service to God is not the song, not the service, not the preaching, not the cleaning. Your service to God is your life, your private faithfulness. That is what real worship look like. God is not looking for better performance. He's looking for kingdom builder. He's looking for you. God is not looking for performance. He's looking for the faithful. He's looking for you. I want you to make a decision today, and that decision is very simple. I don't want you to serve more. Don't serve more. Don't do more. I just want you to serve differently. And the difference is acknowledging that you are doing it for God. I don't want you to do more. You can be doing more and be performing. You can be doing more and be doing high service. I just want you to do it differently. Starting from today, do it and knowing that you are doing it for God. Acknowledge God. The Bible says acknowledge God in your way and it shall direct your path. So I want you to make this declaration with me today. I want you to say this after me. Say, I am not a church attendee. I am a kingdom builder. I am placed in Victory Parish on a purpose for a purpose. I am placed in Victory Parish on a purpose for a purpose. I will not be a passive worker. I will build. Don't forget to do your assignment, your exercise. See you tomorrow. God bless you.